Wolves have had different interpretations of them for many years. On one hand, classic literature commonly depicts them as villains for the protagonist to defeat or overcome. However, spiritually, wolves represent a positive influence as they often act as spiritual guides and a symbol of freedom.
I joined the UKWCT about 3 years ago, and it's because I've always been interested in sort of wildlife and the environment, and especially wolves. I've always been interested in them. They're such fascinating animals. When I got the job, I was thrilled, and it's been like it's the best job I've ever had, really.
We asked some people what they thought of the UK Wolf Conservation Trust. Here is what they said.
When it comes to UKWCT, I think it's a good organisation because they help take care of wolves and stop them from being extinct. They also help other organisations to help endangered canine species, which I think is good because it's not only a good thing to protect wolves but all the other canines.
While wolves may have a negative representation, they often do more good for the environment than bad, even to the extent that they help their own prey. Wolves always go after the weakest in the herd, including the elderly and the sick. This benefits the herd, as they tend to just go as fast as the slowest moving member, so that they can stick together. The sick being hunted means that the chance that the illness spreads among the prey is reduced, and the elderly dying means that they can speed up in general. Both situations prove for a better chance of survival. Wolves hold together the ecosystem by making sure that prey doesn't overeat vegetation in the area. If wolf numbers drop, the environment suffers. An example of this is Yellowstone National Park, where wolves were killed in 1930 and reintroduced in 1995. After decades of wolves being missing from the area, the environment suffered greatly. The prey ate almost all of the vegetation in the area, and the river had stopped flowing. However, when wolves were reintroduced into the park, they pushed the prey back into their feeding grounds, forcing them to eat the vegetation that was blocking the river's path. The river started flowing again, and life was restored to the land's vegetation, giving it more life than ever before.
All wolves have unique and individual personalities in a similar manner to humans. This makes it hard to generalise them since personalities are developed through their makeup and environment unless we discuss behaviour, which helps us understand how they think and feel. For example, unlike popular beliefs and portrayals, wolves are not very aggressive, apart from when their lives are in danger or for survival. In fact, research found that they try to avoid as many aggressive encounters as possible, showing sympathy towards fellow wolves in distress.
Most people are uneducated when it comes to wolves. This is because of propaganda that depicts them as livestock-eating pests. But wolves can't be held responsible for their actions. Farms are expanding, and that pushes wolves' prey out of their usual habitats. And wolves can't uproot and leave as easily as their prey can. This is because they have dens and pups to look after. So they have no other choice apart from to eat livestock. And this has led to some really brutal hunting strategies. For example, aerial wolf hunting in Alaska.
As Alaska governor, Sarah Palin actively promotes the brutal and unethical aerial hunting of wolves and other wildlife. Using a low-flying plane, they kill in winter when there is no way to escape. Riddled with gunshots, biting at their backs in agony, they die a brutal death.
And if they can't shoot them from the planes, what they do is they chase them in the planes until the wolf collapses from exhaustion. And then they land, and then they shoot the wolves like that. And the reason they give is that wolves are hunting caribou, but then they also hunt caribou themselves. This kind of just highlights the hypocrisy of it, where they're hunting both predator and prey, then they claim that it's for vermin control and not sport, which it clearly is.
The airborne gunners kill the wolves to reduce competition over animals that humans want to kill, such as moose. And they do it for a thrill.
Look at them run! Just keep your position.
Friends of animals and others have pointed out well-documented errors in official claims which show moose populations as artificially low. Yet 147 wolves were killed last winter alone, and another 500 wolves are targeted this year. Thousands more will be frightened, wounded, and shot in coming winters unless we can convince Alaska to end this massacre.
We asked some people what they thought of aerial wolf hunting in Alaska. Here are their opinions on the matter.
Well, if people are invading the wolves' habitat, then they have no choice than to attack their sheep. They should move their sheep further away because they're basically disrupting the whole of the wolves' food chain and they're bound to attack their sheep, so they should move it.
I think that the wolf hunting in Alaska is inhumane because, first of all, it's a circle of life that they eat other animals, and it's just part of their nature, as in what we do, it's a circle of life. And also the fact that they just shoot them, which doesn't kill them instantly, is wrong because it's just putting them through pain. And it's not their decision whether they choose what dies and what doesn't.
Palin even encouraged the cruelty by proposing a $150 bounty for the severed foreleg of each killed wolf.
It's just a really disgusting way to stop them from killing their livestock. They could just put it somewhere else.
The UK Wolf Conservation Trust helps by educating visitors, schools and colleges through day trips. They raise money to help fund conservation projects across the world by selling adoption packs and walks with wolves at a high cost, but only if you're a member. There are many other experiences you can book. If you would like to help, you can visit their website at www.ukwct.org.uk to donate today and help fund the safety of endangered species across the globe.